got a tip last night from my fence. Heartless Perry. A nobleman named Lord Julian had some sort of quarrel and showed up at a local inn well after nightfall and in a foul mood. He's carrying a velvet bag about the size of a man's fist, and it never leaves his sight. Sounds likely to be valuable, but I'll know for sure when I steal it from him. Perry sent over a floor plan of the place, the Blue Heron Inn. Finding his lordship won't be hard. His room number will be in the guest register, if I can get to the front desk to read it. The inn will have guards, but not as many as a private estate. That should make things easy, which is one of the reasons I'm willing to try it without knowing for sure what the take will be. Lord Julian is so protective of that bag. There's got to be something of value in it. I had my fence take a look at Lord Julian's medallion. Perry says the crest belongs to the Rutherfords, one of the oldest so-called great families, with a castle in South Quarter and a street named after them. They've got a lot of wealth and a nasty reputation for turning on each other. Based on that conversation I overheard, Julian is definitely carrying on the family tradition. Lord Ember, Julian's cousin, currently resides in the castle, and Julian wants revenge. Julian had a good plan. Hide inside a supply cart and ride in after dark, then signal the cook to open the side door by putting out the lion's head torch in the courtyard. A good enough plan for me to use myself. That bloodline opal sounds valuable, and it's better off with me than sitting around in their vault. But I can't get lazy. Ember will have his personal guard, and doubtless a few other family tricks in store for anyone who comes after the opal. I don't like being followed. Cryptic notes, secret meetings. Haven't you keepers outgrown this stuff yet?
It was not our intention to be cryptic.
What was your intention? Don't I have friends on the Keeper Council anymore?
More than you know. Garrett, may I speak?
Sure. Talk.
The Keeper Council has agreed to allow you access to the prophecies as they are read by our interpreter, Keeper Katika.
Well, that's Keeper talk for something bad has happened and now we want your help, right?
But there is something they require of you first.
Go on.
2 objects, one with the Hammerites, the other with the Pagans. They are unusual. We wish to study them further. We need you to acquire them for us.
You mean steal them? Are you sure these are the only hoops your keeper friends need me to jump through before I'm allowed to hear the prophecies?
It's true that through this you will have proven that you are trustworthy. None of this is my choice.
I'll get you the trinkets. You just make sure your keeper buddies come through on their end of the bargain.
I will. Garrett? Garrett.
Church. This is where the Hammerite fanatics keep the chalice, a so-called holy relic. It's what the keepers are asking me to steal if I want to see their prophecies for myself. The chalice might not be worth much on the street, but every Hammer church has a nice pile of wealth stashed away. No reason not to fill my pockets while I'm here. This particular temple holds the crypt of some long-ago Hammerite hero, Saint Edgar. Today was his holy day, so there's an all-night service. That might work in my favor if they're all sitting down praying, instead of looking for sinners to smite. Chances are they'll have anything they think is holy locked up pretty tight. I'll have to make sure they don't do the same to me. I'm not interested in the Hammerite brand of justice. The keepers want me to steal an object from the pagans called the Jacknall's Paw. It's a mummified hand. Charming. But then what should I expect from a strange cult of unpredictable primitives who worship the ancient trickster god? No one's heard much about the pagans lately, but Artemis gave me a tip about this South Quarter neighborhood, and I've heard rumors of break-ins and howling in the night. This tunnel is going the right way. I can smell it. Vegetation and rot. Stealing from the pagans is never easy or smart. They and their creatures don't have any love for me. When I'm done, the keepers better come through on their part of the bargain. I don't like risking my neck for nothing. Severed hands don't pay rent.
repetition of these three glyphs, here and here. Now is the termanus embolean,
The times unwritten, the
Urbanus
end of
diem.
words.
And here, again the mark of the fratelli
Brethren and
traderus.
betrayer.
Yes, warnings, terrible, unvesagens
My hand falls useless to my side, doubly cursed in living death.
The prophecies are clear. There is much ahead to be wary of. Interpreter Kataka, your words are most useful to...
Clear as mud. Exactly what will happen, and what are we supposed to do about it? I'm still waiting to see a useful book.
We must first understand the unwritten times, if we are to prevent them.
First Keeper Orland demands immediate audience.
You've moved up in the world, Orland. Nice view.
Yes, I have. It's First Keeper Orland now, Garrett. Within these walls, you answer to me.
You called me here to remind me you're in charge? The job must not keep you very busy.
You inquired about books. Useful books.
That's right. You must have something in here worth reading.
You think you might shape events more skillfully? Read the signs more clearly? The prophecies...
Shape events? Interesting way to put it. I'm here now. Do you want my help or not?
Very well. This will admit you to certain areas of the library. Do not venture further. You will not ply your trade here, thief. If anything happens, you will be held accountable. Is this clear?
Perfectly. Perhaps you should translate for Kataka.
The lead from the abysmal gale has brought me here, to the captain's seaside mansion. Well, former captain. Old Moira and most of his crew didn't survive their final voyage, but luckily for me, the ship's manifest did. It talked about a golden slab, which sounds like the compendium of reproach the keepers have been looking for. The log said Captain Moira brought it home for safekeeping. I doubt he knew what he had. Probably just wanted it for the gold. My stolen rowboat got me here in one piece. Now I just have to find and steal the compendium. There's no way to know how many of the captain's loyal men are guarding the place, but the household will probably be in an uproar over the captain's death. With luck, no one will notice me sneaking around. The widow Moira might know where her late husband kept his treasures. Maybe I'll start by paying her a little visit. Looks like I've found the entrance to the sunken citadel Keeper Rafe talked about in his journal. According to him, the glyph key disappeared underground sometime too long ago to think about. Rafe also mentioned caverns swarming with strange creatures. Guess that's why the Keepers put a glyph lock on the entrance. It'd be nice to know what sort of creatures, but the Keepers have never been much for useful detail. Turns out not only did the glyph key disappear down here, but so did Rafe. The keepers never sent anyone after him, but I don't expect he's still exploring the place. I don't have any good leads on where to look for the key, but I can start by looking for Rafe's remains.
Silence. Kataka is about to begin.
This passage here speaks to us now. Very powerful. Sabor temporalis nundame. Cor malus.
When the progress of time ceases, the one will be appointed.
No. Cor malus. Reportorta invisitabulum.
The evil ones will be pointed out for all to see.
When the progress of time ceases? What could it mean?
We must wait and watch. The meaning of the prophecy will become clear in time.
Wait, after I found your precious book? No. When time stops, the evil will be pointed out, or whatever she said. Don't you want to know what we're up against?
What would you do? Stop time with your bare hands? You cannot make the prophecies come to pass, thief. It is folly to think so.
You can't, but maybe I can. I could break into the clock tower in Stone Market, find some way to stop the clock from running.
Perhaps the Stone Market clock could be considered a symbol of time. But if you are suggesting sabotage, you would accomplish nothing, except further enraging the Hammerites.
With Kataka so close to discovering the Brethren and betrayer, Garrett.
I'm not going to sit around doing nothing. That's your job.
Fool! I forbid you to go to the clock tower or to interfere with the prophecy in any way.
You forget. I don't take orders from you.
He has left, First Keeper Orland.
Yes. I can see that.
Keepers are waiting for time to stop on its own, but I think their prophecy needs a little push. The Stone Market clock tower is so tall, you can see it all the way from Aldale. If there's a way to stop time, then this is it. I made it inside the tower, now I just have to figure out how to sabotage it. It's centuries old, and they say its gears have killed more men than the city's guillotine. It'll be full of Hammerites, too. Some of them spend their whole lives here, maintaining it. They're not going to let me throw a wrench in their clockworks. Not without a fight. I'll be making my way down from the top. With a little luck along the way, I can figure out how to turn the thing off. Let's just hope my way of dealing with the prophecies is more productive than the Keepers, or this could be a big waste of time.
Interpreter Kataka. Kataka? Keeper Orland. Kataka is dead. Murdered. I went to bring her the copy of Moran she requested, but then her door was open. She never leaves it open. I looked in and...
Garrett has killed Interpreter Kataka, you say? Seize him and bring him to the council room. This is The only murder in our ranks since these halls were founded by the first of our ancestors.
But Garrett had no reason to kill Katika. Has he not walked in line with the prophecies before?
Yet some say the prophecies point to him as brethren and betrayer. Surely he knew that the
Garrett killed Constantine. Yes, and Charis as well. His hands long.
A thief, and no stranger to murder is
not match the manner in which Katika was killed. How could Garrett have been the one?
Remember that we asked Garrett to join us, to share his knowledge and skill. But now we turn upon him without proof.
Broken and destroys the clock tower. Petty vandalism.
Notice that the clock tower does appear that way from some angles. We must consider the implications. If that prophecy refers to one of
the clock tower is irrelevant. The matter at hand is murder, done by one who we accepted as our guest and brother.
Proceedings are highly irregular.
I have heard enough! Garrett, have you anything to say before sentence is passed?
You haven't listened to anyone else yet, Orland. Why start now?
Silence! You are declared guilty of Interpreter Katika's murder. Your punishment will be determined by the Council. Now remove him!
I regret to inform you that Garrett has escaped.
Very good. Call together the Keeper enforcers. They will track him down and erase our problem.
Keepers. Taking a break from trying to kill me?
Not all keepers believe you are guilty, Garrett.
But neither had we the evidence to alter the outcome of your trial.
The trial was a disgrace. Orland is not fit. He knows he must replace Katika, so he plans to promote that child Gamal to the position of interpreter.
So you formed your own little club.
There are others, too. The Keeper hierarchy is in flux. We know Orland tried to frame you, but we cannot discern his motives.
That's easy. Orland is the brethren and betrayer, and he knew Katika was on to him. He needed to kill her before she announced his name, and thought he could get rid of me at the same time.
That is only one of many possibilities, Garrett.
He has suppressed all inquiries into the clock tower prophecy. Have you heard? From above, the rubble forms an arrow, and it points directly at the Keeper library.
The evil one will be pointed to.
It is as if someone actively seeks to bring the Dark Age upon us. There is a corruption. Whenever the glyphs...
Keeper Artemis hasn't been seen since before the trial. He confided in me that he no longer knew who to trust. He acted strangely, so secretive.
But he was right. There is no way to know who to trust. The degree to which the glyphs...
Orland fears you still, and he will until the enforcers bring him your corpse.
He has used a binding glyph to seal every glyph door in the whole city. He is watching all of us. Until you are found, no one is allowed to enter or leave the compound.
We've been using Orland's own secret tunnel. It connects the compound to his office in the library. There's much danger, but it is the only way we can meet without being
Perhaps we can help you. The Keeper assassins won't have given up, and...
You've helped me already.
Why? What do you intend to do?
Find some proof that Orland is guilty. That shouldn't be too hard.
Oh, where do you think you will find this proof. Garrett?
Orland's tunnel was right where I was told it would be. I haven't been in the Keeper compound since my trial. It's a sprawling complex right in the heart of the city, hidden by glyphs. Orland has the compound on alert, so they'll be armed and ready for intruders. Me, that is. So much for working together. I know I didn't kill Katika, but someone did, and my money's on Orland. He fixed the trial and sent the assassins after me, and the fallen clock tower points right to his office. Brethren and betrayer suddenly makes sense. But suspicions aren't enough, so tonight I'll do some snooping. And if a little Keeper wealth ends up in my pockets, all the better. Orland's place is on the top floor. No surprise, he's always liked looking down on people. Artemis has a room near the dormitories. I should search there too. And I'd better check the scene of Katika's murder. One last thing. The Keeper Council meets tonight. If I can stay awake, I might learn something. This is the place, all right. Why do I smell a rat?
Terminus animus, take the power, the glyphs, the bindings, live, walk, talk, and obey! Yes, my will, my desires. Terminus animus, awake! Garrett is here among you somewhere. Seek, fetch, find him out. Crush him till breathing stops. Cut him till bleeding stops. Do not let him escape. Yes. I must leave you my helpers, my minions, my stone warriors, and secret myself away. Yes, must keep secret, must stay hidden a little while longer. Oh, so many secrets.
This place hath nothing of value for thee to steal.
I'm more interested in those papers of yours. If they can tell me anything about a crone that talks to statues.
Thou hast seen the hag?
Not just seen. She tried to kill me, but I hear you've been trailing her for years.
Yea, I hath followed her trail, but it hath not been clear. I hath even doubted anon that her crimes were more than my own imaginings. But that thou hadst seen her as well. 'Twas in my boyhood, in the orphanage known as the Shalebridge Cradle, that I spied her. I didst play at a game with mine friend, and I was hidden, and my friend sought me. Then a hag, a bent and evil apparition, came from the darkness, near enough to touch, and my friend did scream. But I was a child and afraid, and then 'twas over. The orphanage grew a dark and haunted place, and now none dare enter. When came I to mine manhood, and was saved by the order of the hammer, I sought the hag again. The hag wears death about later doth vanish. Others perish with bloody work done upon their bodies. There are hints spoken of creatures made of stone, and ever the tale of a hag, a bent old woman, ever old, but growing no older, in a span that hath taken me from boyhood to mine own age.
And you tell me how to find her?
She finds her prey now in Aldale, but 'twas in Shalebridge her murders didst begin. Seekest thou a start upon her trail there? 'Tis the only place I hath ere spied her for certain, but I dare never return to that place.
That's a good place to start looking. I have no interest in being the latest in her string of murders. The Shalebridge Cradle. It used to be an insane asylum, and before that, it was an orphanage. One night a fire started, no one knows how, and after that, they left the place abandoned. If there's a way to cram more misery into one building's history, I can't think of it. I'm here to learn about the old woman who attacked me in the Keeper compound. Drept said he saw the hag here at the orphanage long ago, when his childhood friend was murdered. He's never dared to come back, but I don't think I have much choice. It's a thin lead, but it's all I have left. I've never robbed an orphanage before, and I can't say I'm looking forward to this visit. There's no telling what I'll find inside. I'm used to the dark, but this feels like a house with bad dreams.
Let the Book of Names record that on this day did Translator Gamal take the name of Interpreter Gamal and begin to read the prophecies. Let her eyes open to read and to see. Let her tongue speak the words of the glyphs.
I shall see the unseen. I shall speak the truth.
Interpreter Gamal, what's wrong?
Oh, look. No.
Curse her stinking, rotting bones! You think you can snare me, trap me with your secrets? I am secret, kept for decades. You scratch out glyphs and think you have them, but I wear them, drink them, breathe them, know them far better than you. I am glyphs now and for all time.
I'm me again. She can't use it anymore.
Finally, now you see me, my skin, my bone as I am. You will not live to thwart me. I have gathered all I need. Talismans, tomes, artifacts, writings. I have them beyond your grasp. I trace, I discover, I read, and soon I shall come to the last of all glyphs that you seek. Stumble, follow,
have to rip a few pages from the Book of Names.
Gamal did this. Looks like we've got a new target for those assassins.
Yes, but unfortunately the enforcers are quite ineffectual against her.
So what are you gonna do?
She's found the final glyph.
Final glyph?
The last of all glyphs. It's a very powerful weapon. She will undoubtedly
activate it, and in doing so, wreak untold suffering, and also ensure her complete invulnerability for all time.
Keeper Orland, the treasures are gone. Gamal has taken the chalice and the paw.
Gone? The artifacts? Then it was Gamal who wanted them, not Kataka. You see, I received these notes that I thought that they were from Kataka until they kept coming, even after she was dead.
It appears we have made things easy for Gamal. But what does she intend to do with the artifacts?
There is no way to know, except she must have a hidden lair, some place where she has taken our missing books.
You could find it, Garrett. A thief could find it.
Her lair? Yeah, I have an idea where it might be.
Then you must go. Go now and kill her.
If only you could find a way to destroy the final glyph. Make sure it can never be activated.
Let me see if I've got this right. You want me to find Gamal's lair, learn what she wants your treasures for, kill her, and find and destroy this final glyph? Anything else?
How dare you act so high and mighty?
Enough speeches, Orland. You've already had your turn.
Yet, there is truth in his words. A sequence of events was started when you stole the chalice and the paw. The glyphs did warn us.
Right. Glyphs. As if I could forget. I thought I told you I don't like being followed.
Our separate paths have converged, Garrett. We both seek the same thing.
I suppose if you were working for Gamal, you would have tried to kill me just now.
Tried? I would have succeeded. Look around us, Garrett. This is Gamal's secret library. Here she has been lurking, plotting, and for much longer than just one lifetime. She has used the glyphs to extend her life. And there's more.
You've been reading, Artemis.
Yes, we are fortunate. In these books, Gamal has documented her plans carefully. But the meaning of that map is not yet clear to me.
Chalice, crown. These things are marked with the names of the artifacts.
These books, some have been missing for months, some maybe years. She does not say what the final glyph does, only that she will become undefeatable once she... The Aldale Plaza, the South Quarter Fountain.
Well, now we know what to do with the artifacts once we have them. They fit into those landmarks somehow.
She has been gaining knowledge, while our ignorance grew.
Do the books say where she is now?
The remaining treasures, they are at the museum. She hopes to gather them all at once.
And when she has them, she'll activate this, the last of all glyphs.
No. The books are very clear on that. She intends to destroy it. When she has all the treasures, she'll have the power to do just that. The last glyph is the only thing she fears. Well, that, and you, my friend.
Destroy it? But that's what Orland and the others told me to do. Half-truths from the Keepers, why am I not surprised?
For the Council to still employ subterfuge, with all that's at stake. I will go to Orlin myself and get the truth from him. You should
go to the museum and steal the remaining artifacts before Gamal gets to them.
Then let us meet back at Stone Market Plaza. And Garrett, if you come face to face with Gamal, you must understand. With her power over glyphs, she is all but indestructible.
Right, I'll keep that in mind. Artemis? Gamal is after the artifacts in the Wieldstrom Museum, and so am I. She has a head start, an army of statues, and glyph powers that make her almost unstoppable. I have... well, all I know is I have to get those artifacts first. I've already got 2 of the 5. The last 3 are museum exhibits and include a couple of old friends. The Kershak crown seems to have made its way here. And there's the Eye, a gemstone I've got some history with. Meanwhile, Artemis is trying to drag the truth out of Orland. These artifacts won't do me any good if I don't know what to do with them. Call it ego, but I've always wanted to tackle the museum. The place is loaded with valuables and all the crack security needed to protect them. The last time someone tried to break in, the crime reports read, "Museum proves thief-proof. Would-be thieves dead." Nobody's tried since then. Gamal may be inside by now. All right, Hag. Let's find out who the real thief is. Artemis, what are you doing here?
I have figured it all out, Garrett. The artifacts. Give them to me. I will show you all the answers.
What do you mean, give them to you? Did you find Orland? What's wrong with you?
Artemis and Garrett, I'm glad that I caught up with you. You were right, Artemis. I have lost my balance. Your words kept at me, nagging, even after you had gone. It was the glyphs. Their draw has been too powerful to us. Once we used them to be keepers of the city, but now what do we keep safe? An empty box, a book of blank pages.
You speak nonsense, Orland.
No, you were right. I've been refusing to see. The clock tower. I thought it pointed to me, but it meant all of us. Finally, I understand why the glyph prophecies can no longer see into the future.
Return to the library, Orland. Now is not the time.
The glyphs have become our keepers. We can no longer use them to protect our interests. We must tell Garrett the truth. Garrett, what we told you. You are the one who must use the artifacts. That much is true. But you are not to destroy the final glyph. No, you must...
Yes. Thinking too clever, but still one step behind. Your keeper Artemis, convenient to use his form to take the artifacts from you. His life, mine. Mine now. And yours. No! But no use hiding. 1,000 eyes I have to spy after you. No use running, fleeing. 1,000 legs at my bidding. I will prevail. I have lived years, decades, centuries. I will live forever.
If I never see another glyph again, it'll be too soon.
Back with you. Old. Oh, so old. All ruined.
Did you see that? Never noticed it before. How could a building just...
goblins at the very stroke of midnight.
Does that look like gold to you there? Hurry, there's someone else.
Someone at the window.
They've all gone. What will we do? What will become of the city without us?
Returned his chalice to us!
Them Jacknall's paw! It becomes he back to us!
Me.
That's not for you.
Please, sir, I'm hungry.
You have talent. It's no easy thing to see a keeper, especially one who does not wish to be seen.